Oh, it is so lovely. Well, hello, because I'm so excited to have you here today, Miss Cara. You have many variations, shall I say, of your name, because I heard people call you Cara and Cara. At the end of the day, I think Cara is the posh one. I'm going to go with it.
Love it.
Perfect. That's the most she said today. Also, what really got me is the fact that when I called you earlier on today, you asked me how I am, and I told you fragile, and you're like, anyway, I'm in front of the house. I really feel like you're the type of person who doesn't care for my feelings, and that's why you are one of my favorite friends.
I care so much for your feelings.
While giggling. Fantastic. Now, I wanted to gladly put you out there because when I came to the city, it was the most scariest place for me to get into. Thank you so much for understanding. And you can talk, by the way. You have permission.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. When I came to the city, it was scary for me to get into. And you sent me a text, I remember, on Instagram, and you said, let's meet up. When I met you, I've never really met the city girl until I met you. That was the day that I really felt I'm in New York and I have a city girl in front of me. How the hell did you even get here?
Oh, God. I first moved to New York City when it was maybe 2013.
In the 80s?
In the 80s. In like 2013. And I had no plan. I had started a small real estate company in my hometown after college in Pittsburgh. And I was just buying.
That's where you grew up?
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's crazy.
Yeah, huge immigrant town. My family's Italian. That's where the old steel mills were. So it's so much cooler now. It wasn't that cool when I was growing up, but I went back after college. And then a few years into that, my sister was already living in New York. And I was like, oh, I'm going to give New York a go. And so I was literally sleeping on her futon in the West Village for like a year. So there was no like big New York plan. I just came here.
Are you crazy? Well, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Went to culinary school like for fun.
Whilst you were here?
Yeah.
You went to culinary school for fun?
For fun.
Okay.
I love cooking. And then I was like, let me just like learn all about it. And I became obsessed with like the F&B operation side and like liquor license laws and all of that side of it. So yeah, that was my New York start. And then I think when you're here, you just put yourself out there, you network, you meet different people.
That is so true because honestly, I've never met someone that networks the way that you do.
Really?
We literally get to an event and you are talking to everyone. Well, after a few drinks. You are talking
always. You need a few drinks going into an event. You need it. You need it. Who's going in sober? That's insane.
That absolutely not. How does anybody function sober? You're a big networking person. I think that's one thing I learned looking at you is that nothing is off the cards. You literally speak to everyone and you always introduce yourself to everyone and everyone's talking to you as well. That's what I'm saying. You are the city girl vibes. And again, I never knew you went to culinary school.
Yeah, it was great. That was right after I moved to New York the first time.
And how long did that last?
It was only a year.
Fabulous.
And so I was so excited to do it. And then I didn't read the fine print.
Which was what? Once you signed the contract, I'm stuck for 24 months?
No, in order to graduate, you have to intern in a kitchen. And so most of those internships are like, you're just dicing stuff in the cellar. And I was like, wait, what?
I'm way above this. I mean, Gordon Ramsay literally recommended me. What am I doing dicing shit in your kitchen?
I was not above it, but it just so happened that when I walked in for my interview, a chef, like the line chef had quit. And so I was put on the line day one. And so it was wild. It was the most wild month or 2 months of my life.
Where was this? Was this like a restaurant vibe?
Yeah, it's not open anymore, but it was called Lasso in Soho.
And what type of cuisine?
Italian.
Of course. I was going to say that you actually like specialize in Italian.
No, we learned everything.
Yeah.
I just, because my family's Italian, that's like what I gravitated towards.
Yeah.
But it was like the lifestyle is so tough working in a kitchen. Really, like
tell me about it.
They need more money. Those are long hours, tough life.
It is crazy. Like being a chef, I can only imagine because worked with them on the boats. I can just see the extent of hours. There's no sleep. They are sleep deprived people.
Totally.
So I get when their salaries are exponentially high and they're riding to work in their Porsches. that there's a reason why they can have a Porsche and live their best life because they actually work their ass off for it.
It's
and then that's when you
grueling.
realize this is work. I'm out of here.
I was like, oh, my internship's over. Bye. No, but then that was such a great segue into more New York life, nightlife, getting into events and building out event departments and F&B consulting. It was not a plan, but that's how I got there.
But that's what I'm saying. You're so good at when going back to the whole networking thing. And did this come from you being in the PR type of situation, or were you always this girly?
Well, I just want to say, I think that like New York girl and like New York City girl gets a bad rep. Usually they act like mean girls and they're just at the event taking selfies and getting content. And that's just like not the vibe. No. I love talking to people because I love learning about them. And I love helping people out whenever I can. If there are people that I can connect, that really brings me joy. Yeah. So yeah, I like being out and about. But I like getting to know people on a deeper level. You do.
And when I talk about like you, the variation of a New York girly that I would imagine I would want to be, in the sense of...
But you are.
I'm very far from it. I am that bitch taking selfies in the club. No, I'm really not. I feel like that's why we resonate so well is because we're low-key about it. There's no need to be all front and center and pretend you're someone you're not. I think people get attached to you because of your authenticity.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I'm only talking shit. I'm kidding. No, really, you really are an authentic person.
You can feel it when people are fake. And when people are like users in the room and are like climbing, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it. And like, I don't know. I'd rather make really good friends, even if it gets me nowhere professionally. And that's how we bonded.
We did, instantly. And I'm so grateful for that. And going back to your Italian roots, something you really taught me when we went to a event we attended together in Vegas. We went out to an Irish bar, funny enough, and that's when you taught me about seven fishes.
What? The seven fish.
Is it seven fish or seven fishes? Wait, is it plural for fish? Fishes.
No,
fish.
No, but we say fishes too. It's okay. But I think it's just fish.
Yeah, period.
But the seven fish. You can say fishes, fishies.
You can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want.
This is safe space. What is it?
Okay, so in Italian culture...
Nemo, yeah.
Dory, Nemo. So you make 7 fish dishes on Christmas Eve. You're not... In Italian culture, you're not supposed to eat like red meat on Christmas Eve. You save that for Christmas Day.
Okay.
So the 7 fish is like... I mean... You have to have like the bacala, the salted cod. That's the main one.
That's your favorite?
It's my favorite,
okay.
But that's like the most traditional.
Okay.
And then you have 6 other fish dishes.
Do any of them involve sardines?
My family didn't do a lot of sardines. We did more anchovies,
clams,
I love an anchovy. Shrimp,
potatoes,
all that. Potatoes, lasagna, always lasagna. Lasagna for every Thanksgiving, lasagna.
So... funeral lasagna. Anything. Lasagna, everything.
Lasagna.
And that is going to be the title of this podcast too. Lasagna
everything.
And
brejol. That's all you need to know.
When you're looking for a man, because I know, being in the city and, you very are in your Italian roots and you're a social bunny, which we've established. Do you look for someone that's kind of on your vibe or completely different? Should he be Italian? Should he be social? Like, what's the vibe?
Don't care.
Yeah.
You're don't care about background. This city's wild. There's all types. I've never been on the apps.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that's like.
You've never been on the apps?
Never been on an app. Never.
Are you serious?
No, I like meeting people in the wild.
Running with no shoes in the forest,
running
like
with
chewing
no shoes.
some leg off some animal.
No, nothing against them. I just feel like I'd be a bad app person. Like keeping up the banter. If you haven't, I don't know. It's
you
not
don't
for
like
me.
short, small talk.
No.
Okay.
That's also the problem. I'd probably like dive right into our childhood trauma on the first DM. I don't care about any of the background stuff though. I just someone who's kind. If they're social, that's great. If they're not, that's also okay. Someone just confident and kind and like knows that I'm going to be out working a lot and is confident and comfortable with that. That's really attractive.
If you have to look at the type of men, have you ever watched Prison Break before?
No, tell me more.
Have you you never watched Prison Break?
Prison Break, no.
Oh my gosh. It was about two brothers that are trying to break out of prison, but there's one character called Michael Schofield on there. Fun, weird name. But Michael was hot as shit. And I think it was this bad boy persona of his that got me delulu. Like, that's when the first time I realized I'm gay. Was because of Michael Schofield in Prison Break. This is when I knew I also had mental
look this
problems
up immediately.
too. Literally. So I'm maybe into the ex-convict thing. It's so cute. Is it something that you're also like, bad boy, you really don't care as long as they're just
Bad
kind?
boys are for your 20s, I feel like. I'm no bad boys in your 30s.
Okay,
No.
not even bad boy looking like, but sweetheart.
Oh, that's so different.
That's cute jeans. That's what I'm trying to say. He wasn't a bad boy. He was bad boy looking.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can get down with that. Just no actual bad boys. Like, tired.
Because,
I'm
I mean,
exhausted.
I recently spoke to my other friend Megan, and we spoke about, weddings and intensity of relationships. And that's not something. Is that something that you're looking forward to, or are you just like vibing right now? That's what I really want to know about you, because you just seem like in the best way, a solo person. You don't seem like you're in a rush for anything.
Not in a rush. Don't
Yeah.
have a timeline.
Yeah.
I do love being alone, even though I'm like always meeting people. I would say, more introverted. I like my time alone, very independent.
Crazy, because you always send me a text if you can come over and get drunk,
I
but I'm
know,
sure
I'm like,
love being alone.
I know I'm codependent on you.
Yeah, okay, but
but
everything else. yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah.
I just don't want codependency in a relationship, and like a romantic relationship. So I see it as like a nice to have, not a need to have.
Mm.
That's where I'm at.
Do you feel like you're not older, but I'm trying to find a
Geriatric.
nice way of telling you this. Like, you were around since the 70s, if I can put that much. So, really not. You give me vampire woman vibes. You're like, you may be 80, but you look amazing. But I'm sure, like, do you feel any sense when people say you look at your friends and you feel like you're missing out, or truly, you're just like, I don't care?
I'm at this stage in my mid 30s where everyone around me is following the plan. They find the man.
The manual we get given.
The manual.
Yeah,
right?
they rot knee deep in the manual.
I don't feel like I'm missing out. If anything, I feel like I am just spending so much money on, there's a shower for everything.
Mm-hmm.
The bridal shower, the baby shower, the 4 events leading up to the wedding, the bachelorette. I'm just like, it's a lot.
It is, I can imagine.
I have some friends who are genuinely in like such beautiful relationships, and I'm so happy for them. And then I have some friends that I'm just watching them follow the manual. So I don't feel like I'm missing out.
You want sure, there could be a manual, but the realness. The realness of someone.
Yeah. It's not worth it if it's not real. It's not worth it just to like follow a plan. And I never had family pressure.
I love that. I think that people don't take that into account, especially also being a woman. People are like, when are you getting married? Like, hurry up, And leading me up to your next question is your eggs that you constantly offer me.
I want Kyle and Zachary to take one of my eggs.
And I probably will take an egg. I'll choose my pick out of the dozen. But yeah, family pressure is a lot. And you're very fortunate not to have, any of that on you.
Especially for being from an Italian Catholic traditional family.
That's what I would imagine. That's what I would imagine.
The women in my family are so strong. They're like,
damn.
Get an education, don't find a husband. Like, work.
Or go to culinary school for a year.
Or go to culinary school and work your ass in that kitchen.
For 1 week and say you did it. Yeah, because, look, I never want to say this, but, you do have a lifeline when it comes to fertilization. Now, leading in, such a weird word.
I know.
Now, leading into you recently told me you're going for this egg freezing process.
Oh, I'm not anymore, though.
What?
New update.
What are you doing?
You heard it here
drop this
first.
on me now after
I'm not. I did my research.
Tell me about it.
I guess.
Because you wanted to do it initially. Why did you want to do it initially?
Optionality.
Okay.
Optionality for the future.
Yeah.
Don't know if I would ever have children, but who knows?
Yeah.
But then I decided not to, because after doing research, a lot of the eggs don't survive the thaw. Yeah.
The Ice Age.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I've always done. Live life. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would still freeze if you would like one, but
I don't know now because you are literally all over the show. That's one thing I love about you.
I know. New update.
New update. Every 10 seconds. You with that, and also your favorite, which I really realized, is protect them at all costs.
Protect at all costs.
Protect at all costs.
Who was the girl that we were protecting in Vegas?
Who was it? Oh, that the friend we made that does the whole twerking situation.
Yes. Protect her at all costs.
At all costs.
Who else do we have to protect?
A lot of people. There's a lot of cuties that are around us, but I just love that saying that you come there because it's so funny, but also there's so much meaning behind it too. Yes, I will gladly take your egg. Thanks for
Perfect.
offering. Zachary obviously wants to do a full scan. And that's when I know you're going to fail
Oh, no,
a lot of
I
tests.
cannot make any promises there.
On the first
I'm not
test
saying
of
they're
that
good
egg.
eggs. I'm just saying you can have it.
These eggs have been around the block. You know what I mean? Toss, turn, running down a hill. I'm glad. But did you ever actually want children? And is that something you thought about? Because I can't imagine you leaving the city, going back to the city girl vibes. But, leading into kids, is that something you would think about?
Yeah, I mean, the city, I feel like I'm getting out of city girl. Like, I'm okay being suburban girl. Or like Montana girl.
New
update. Montana girl. I'll move to Whitefish, Montana tomorrow.
Wow.
I'm here a lot for work. Yes.
Okay,
I bought all the merch. I have like 2 hats, 3 sweatshirts. I wear them religiously.
All of them say Montana on them, and they come in different colors.
All of them. I've been there once to one location.
And we went to that one kiosk store that has all the... Yeah.
Yes. Hit up the airport kiosks. I have all the merch. But I'm phasing out of like city girl life. I think I had such an amazing mother. I think I would be a great mother. I just don't know. I don't know.
There's no real cards on it. There's no pressure on it. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens. I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm sure I'll get to a point where when I'm out of the city, that's work slows down. I have time for it. I don't know. Where are we all living together? Back to the codependency. Where are you and Zachary living so I can have the guest bedroom?
That's what I was about to say. No matter where we go, you're always changing your mind. I think that's what I love about you. You are just so dynamic. You're fruity, you're dynamic, you're extra, delusional. Let's not get into the whole characteristics because it could be all day. But that's what I love about you is no day is the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what another thing is why you fit so well in this city is because there's no expectations. Every day is going to be so different in the city.
So different.
It's not cookie cutter lifestyle. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And I feel I totally agree with you, like thinking about suburban. We spoke about it. We said, again, you already invited yourself when I said I'm going to go to Long Island. You wanted to move to Long Island as well.
I was like, sure, I'll look up houses for us.
Literally, while I'm talking to you, you already sent me 3 things that we can purchase. But have you ever thought where you might want to move to next if you think about outside the city? And if you say Montana, I might just throw this mic at you.
I think about it all the time. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should move back overseas or like split my time there. But I don't know.
Mainly when you're crying in the shower, you think about other places you can go to or having a fat poop on the toilet.
Every time I go to the grocery store and
you're pushing the cart,
the bill just keeps getting higher and higher. And I'm like, okay, there's got to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, it's insane that I'm considering buying groceries on Amazon to save money. In bulk. Can we talk about Costco?
My life would come to this. I'm buying groceries on Amazon.
No, but like Costco's the dream.
Absolutely.
Wherever I can be near a Costco and a
Target.
Target.
Card. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Costco in Florida, you can buy a boat.
I'm not going to lie to you. I let a tiny bit of a fart slip right now by accident. If we go back to because that's what Long Island is. That's why I want to move there is because, they have the extra, the Costco's. I mean, what are other options that they have there?
The Chef's Warehouse. Oh my
you spoke about that. That's
anything you need really for all the regalia of cooking. Anything.
Yeah, but
serving.
I never knew that you studied to be or went to culinary school because now it all makes sense why you get so turned on about a chef outlet or whatever it's called.
Yeah, all the little spoons, the knives.
They really
just that is my love language.
In them is the only reason I want to buy the spoon. Yeah. It's actually crazy because so have you really legitimately thought about where you'd want to move?
I think about it all the time. It changes. I'm currently working
Where we know.
constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Would it be on the East Coast? Would it be on the West Coast? You don't really know, because I spoke to Zachary about this, and I can't do the West Coast. I could, but I can't, because I'm so...
but I won't.
And I won't. Just because I'm so far away from my family in South Africa time-wise. So I have limitations to me. I hate limitations, but it makes sense to have that, for example. Being on the East Coast, it's like, oh, crap, where do I go? Do I live in no man's land close to... I mean, what is north of Canada? I mean, Canada is north of the US, is what I'm saying. But, or do I go down to Florida where, you know, some things are banned and I'm not accounted for?
It's tough. It's tough. I don't really know.
Exactly my
Taxes
point.
factor in. Like, taxes are a big thought too. I don't know.
These
I don't
are
want to
big
get like
people talk,
so
like-
political on this, but yeah, I really don't know. It changes all the time. I'm trying to think towards like a 2024 plan of what that would look like. I think the ideal for me, and the concept that I love is like this lily pad lifestyle where, yes, you have your fun in New York, but you can also go to Montana, to Italy,
God,
to
yeah,
like, to splitting time in different places would be ideal.
I've never heard of that concept before, a lily pad lifestyle.
Yeah, you just like bounce from lily pad to lily pad.
I've never heard about that.
Yeah.
Never. Did you read it out of a book?
I think I heard someone say it like
So
6 years
cute.
ago, and I was
I
like,
love
sure.
that. Protect that at all costs.
Protects the lily pad
That
lifestyle at all costs.
If I were a young girl and, you know, even the thought of coming to New York City literally freaked me out, what would be your suggestion to anybody or someone that would be in your position? How would you best prepare for something like that to come to New York? What would you do differently?
Put yourself
In the beginning.
I would just say that it's really important to spend time meeting people in the wild. Put yourself out there. Go out, even if you're uncomfortable. Meet new people. New York has like the best and brightest from all over the world here. The connections you make here will last a lifetime.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I guess know when to get out. Know when to not be in the nightlife anymore. Just keeping that top of mind.
Do you feel like you drifting out of that nightlife though? Like,
Oh, for sure.
absolutely right.
For sure. I'd rather go to your place, open a bottle of wine and have great conversation than shuffle my way through a packed bar in the West Village and pay $25 for a martini. You know what I mean?
Literally, the most ridiculous. And then trying to also force your way past everybody who thinks they're a dancer. They want to come show off their dancing
And all the
skills there
selfies
too.
going on, I'm tired.
The sweat. It is so many things about the nightlife that really is a turn off for me. I think that's the best advice. If I think about it coming to New York City, my first mistake was to stay indoors because everything was just too overwhelming. Sensory overload.
For sure.
And meeting you have brought me out more than anybody in the city, to be honest. Against my will.
And it's not about like drugs, partying, drinking. It's just going out and meeting people.
Okay, well, now I'm really depressed. What's the purpose?
Oh, no, you can do that too.
Oh, okay, work.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we get to speak about these things and share these shared experiences. And I look forward to what's going to happen next in the future, what's going to come, you know, and I just hope that we're always around each other. Because, I mean, we
Always.
literally, no matter where that is.
No, like you don't have a choice.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to move to Italy with you, though. But I would vacation in Italy with you because I know you're going to be there. Because I would move and you would change your mind next 3 months.
No, we're
after
just
I
going to
put
lily
down
pad this.
Lily pad the
We have
whole
a lily
life.
pad in Long Island. We've got Italy in the works. We'll find another one.
Damn it. With you, it's always surprising, and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Genuinely, I had the best
blast.
time, and I can't wait to find out where we're going to land up, what's going to happen in life, and the egg freezing process as well.
It's on the table.
It's literally on the table as we speak. And I would be more than happy to be the father of your egg. As
Love
weird as
it.
what that sounds.
Love it.
But thank you, Cara.
Thank
I love you so
you.
much, babe.
I love you.
And I hope you guys tune in because next time we are going to focus on something exciting. And I hope it's going to be with you again because I got something I want to talk about. But yes, tune in for the next episode and we love you guys all. Bye-bye.